Welcome, welcome, everybody, and a very special welcome to our brand new author, Joanne Gallagher. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Good, 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 Miriam. How are you today?
I'm excited. It's the launch of your book. I'm excited to talk about your book and to talk about your journey into becoming a children's book author. How exciting!
Extremely. I still have like
Yes,
pinch myself and say, oh my goodness, this is becoming real.
it is. It is real. So, first of all, please tell everybody the title of your book.
The name of the book is Do You Have a Rhythm?
Do you have a rhythm? And what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I'm a biodynamic craniosacral and we work with what's called the rhythm of the central nervous system. Because you can tell we actually began as a water motility with your mommy and daddy and God. So we actually have a water drive in our body that began on our third day. So when we look at
Wow.
the water drives of the oceans, the water drives of the rivers, water is the source of life.
Hmm.
And that allowed us to design our nervous system, and then we formed our body. So that rhythm keeps the nervous system healthy and it's protected by the body. So we work with the body to balance it back to the form that God gave you to be well. So children love rhythm. We clap, clap, clap. We jump, jump, jump. We hop, hop, hop. So I said, I need to write a book about rhythms and
Yes.
to allow children to organize to where they're at, to understanding their own body and
Yes.
how they can be healthy.
That's fascinating. And Joanne, so please tell us what the book is about and who would you say it's for? What age group?
I might say between ages of 3 to 7. It probably could be older because of the words that are in it, 3 to 10, depending
Hmm.
on the child's understanding. Um, it's really cute. It talks about the rhythm of animals on a farm, and repetition is the key to learning. And
Yes.
so all the rhythms of little animals, and then the rhythms of children. And I had the manuscript written for years, and I said I better get to work here. We need to write this book and get it on paper. So and that's when I found you. I said, that's it. We're going to work with this and get it done. So
Well,
it's a great, great idea.
I'm so glad you did. I don't have it in my hands right now, but I'm looking forward to reading it to my grandbaby, who's just a year and a half old. And of course, she's not going to understand the story, but like you said, the rhythm of each one of the animals and the repetition, I think she's going to love it. I think she's going to love that. So, Joanne, what is it that you hope that parents and kids will take away from this book?
I think the greatest thing is calm. And I always talk about the resource of safety, that everything in God's world heals when it's calm and safe. Nothing heals when there's chaos or disorganization. So the book, I think, brings in calm. Frank
Hmm.
Endersby was my illustrator, and his books, children read books when they do their sessions with me. They play with puzzles, and his books were always a favorite pick because of the calmness of the animals that he would draw. So I actually called him up. He's in the UK and said, can you do a book with me? He said, no, I'm retired. I said, well, I'm almost retired too. I said, can I ask you to help me? And Craniosacral was very big in England. And he said, sure enough, Joanne, I will help you. And I think he
Hmm.
did the best job of his whole career um, of taking my manuscript and putting it to life with pictures and then putting it into watercolors that I've never seen before with vividness. So
Hmm.
I think children will get the calm, the safety, the calmness we have children watching animals on the farm, and then the calmness of being with mommy and daddy or parents or caretakers to be safe for their own body. And that craniosacral therapists are there to help them with, again, safety, calm, holding, softness, warm, the words that children need to hear. And maybe more
Hmm.
now than ever, in our hard technological world to say, no, it's like we're getting a little hug. It's good for you right now.
Hmm.
It's a great experience for children. So this book will give them the ability to read it on their own level and to get their mommy, daddy, grandmommy, grandpappy, or caretakers to hold them on their lap and play the book, to see,
Wow.
to hear, to touch, to experience that with the story.
Joanne, I this is what I got out of reading the book today. Truly calmness, but at the same time, like you said, love the illustrations, love the repetitiveness of what is being said in the book. It's just a beautiful book. How long have you been thinking about writing this book for?
The manuscript has probably been about 10 years in the works. I would go back and work on it and say, that's a good idea. Okay. And when I have time, we'll get to this. And my husband said, I think you better get to it because these children need to hear your book. So
Hmm.
it's probably been about 10 years in the making.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing and thank you for doing the work. So, I want to ask you a little bit about that journey. We have a lot of aspiring children's book authors that watch the interviews and learn from it. What would you say was the biggest challenge when writing this book?
I think the challenge is deciding to do it and to
Mm.
say, this book can change, even changes one child's life or one parent's life. Like, whoa, this might be something we look into for our child. We always tell people, if you change one person's life, you've changed the future of the world. So
Yes,
I think that's inspired me the most to get it done, do your best, get the colors done. And if it changes one person's life, it was worth the work.
definitely. So good. So good.
Mhm.
What were some of the lessons that you learned throughout the publishing process?
That you are very organized. um, you have a great team.
I
I did
do.
another company and I didn't read all the small print because I just thought, okay, this is a good idea. And it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't read your small print. And then I looked into your company. It's like your portal, your classes, your coaching calls, your peoples. Um, I wish I sometimes had more time because I'm
Hmm.
still full time with people, but it was fun. It was really
Yeah.
fun to work with you and your team. You've done a phenomenal job, Miriam.
I appreciate that, Joanne. I
Yeah.
know you're a busy lady. I can see you're at work right now. You're taking time for this interview, and I appreciate that. So I'm excited about your book being out in the world. And I want to
Mhm.
know from your perspective, what is the best part of accomplishing this dream of having your children's book out?
I think best thing to know is accomplished that the story's been told.
Mm.
Even work with clinical psychotherapists for our association in England, it's like, we want your book. And even my coaches up in Canada, she goes, I want your book for my clinical psychotherapist. I think
Right.
it's great that the story's out. There's no children's book on body work.
Hmm.
And cranial cycle starts with babies, and it starts with families, it starts with children. So I think it's my greatest joy. Like there is now a story that could be read.
Yes. Well, you're leaving a beautiful legacy. You're sharing a beautiful story and a beautiful book. I want to take a moment and just let our viewers know that the book is available on Amazon today. So make sure to go there, grab a copy, grab several copies of this book. It's the type of book that we should be sharing with the world. Do you have a rhythm? And I tell you, it's a beautifully written and beautifully illustrated book. Joanne, so now here you are, a children's book author amongst many other things. But what piece of advice do you have for an aspiring author who may be watching?
Take your time, make good decisions, take a breath, and work with it. Just like everything we do in life, it's a process. And to say, this is your creative genius taking place. And like you work with a team that can help you meet that goal and write goals down, what you hope to accomplish. And
Mhm.
that every dream, if it's a good dream, will come to fruition. Sometimes the greatest determination is your inspiration of getting it done. So I would tell those people, go for it, get started little by little, get your job done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So besides going to Amazon, where else can our viewers find you?
I'll be on Ingram Sparks, the hard copy of it, and
Hmm.
also on Kindle.
Hmm.
Yes.
And do you have a website, Joanne?
Yes, it's actually Joanne-Gallagher.com. So it's easy. It's my name, Joanne, Joanne, one word, dash, Irish by marriage, Gallagher, Gallagher.com. And it's very
Perfect.
well done. Very well done.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I look forward to seeing other works, other books perhaps in the future, but also everything you have to share about this beautiful modality of therapy for children and for all of us. Joanne, before we go, is there anything else you wish I would have asked you or anything you want to share?
I think a good idea too in the book, which was a good idea, is we have a parents resource page that I worked with
Yes.
my association on what is biodynamic craniosacral, what is the experience for a child, because most people say I've never heard of it before. It's a healing art that's been there for a long time. It's the legacy of osteopathy, and so it's a very good resource page to say this is what it is, this is what it allows, and can give people very, and then something you can connect to find a practitioner, in your area, that can
Mhm.
serve you. So I think that's a nice idea in a book to have that reference. That it's a children's book, but it's also for the parents' information.
Yes, yes. And will you have information like this on your website, things that we could be doing with our children, where to take them? Will you have that type of
Sure.
extra
The links are
information?
in there, and we've had incredible clients with, I know, 3 generations of families now with incredible testimonials of what they experienced with their children to help people say, hey, try it. Do something
Perfect.
that you maybe haven't done before.
Perfect. Well,
Yes.
thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends, for being here. You know what to do. Go to Amazon and grab a copy of Do You Have a Rhythm? Thank you, Joanne. Have a great day.
You too. You too, Miriam. God bless you. You
Thank you.
take care.
Blessings to you.